50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and together with my friend Sam Garlep, we're reading every chapter of my Harry Potter fanfiction from when I was 13. This is book 4 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Phantom Farter. Hello, amores, everyone. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlep is here.
And fruit salad is yummy, yummy.
Oh, yeah, baby. And hot potatoes. Well, what's the hot potatoes one?
I think they're just
It's
hot.
just hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato.
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 Potato, potato, potato. Anyway.
Cold
Mashed
spaghetti.
banana.
Okay. For the
Okay.
Patreonuses, the Expecto Patreonuses, sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. It is growing. It's growing. It didn't grow last week, but it is growing.
It is growing.
For as little, I think it's like $3 a month minimum, and you get 10 minutes to 15 minutes extra of me and Sammy each week. This week we were talking about the Wiggles, the Australian kids band.
Yes.
Which are very famous. And then you also get full videos of the pod. And you also get ad-free episodes unless they're parody ads.
Yeah, and there was a big celebrity goss, wasn't there? In the
wow. Sam had enormous celebrity goss, unbelievable goss.
Yeah.
And
wow. It was crazy.
So go sign up to the Patreon now. But seriously, can I do it? We don't do this much, but like, if you do want to support this pod, the best way for you to do it, if you enjoy it every week, is to jump on the Patreon. It's honestly, I think $3 Australian a month, which is $12.24. It's $36 a year. It's buy me and Sam half a coffee each a month for the rest, even less than that. But
you know what I'd prefer? No, sorry, sign up. But I'd also prefer if we ran into someone. I listen to your coffee, your podcast. Oh, sorry, I'm drinking coffee now.
Yeah,
I'll buy you one coffee from you two to share.
Yeah,
and we'd have to share a coffee,
and we pour it into two separate. Yeah, go. Yeah, I wonder if a cafe would do that. Can I get one coffee across 2 cups, so we each get a half cup?
God, I would hate that. I'm getting a phone call, which hasn't happened in a few.
Should we pause?
Nah. It's too much. Hey, Sydney Comedy Festival mentioned me in a story. Oh, well, that's a great segue.
Oh, that's what a good segue. Yeah.
Although by the time this goes out, it's over.
Okay. So do you want to not
Guys, I had a lot of fun in Sydney, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
so hopefully you guys came.
Sydney's great. I'm coming around on Sydney. I was a notorious Sydney hater. Now I quite like it.
Well, I'm going there twice in the next month and a half.
When's the next time you're going?
Going up there, Mel has a conference and I'm coming with her.
A doctor's conference?
Yeah.
Hey guys, so this is how you fix people's broken arms.
Yeah.
Is it that
and
kind of
they're
thing?
like, oh yeah, we already did that. Oh, okay. Well, you can go home, I guess.
So speaking of Patreon, Sam, I think there's a market maybe that's untapped with our podcast, because I got a message on Instagram from Patreonus and big fan of the show, Bella. And it was a message I wasn't really expecting to receive.
Wow.
But I thought clearly there is a market that we're not tapping into.
Okay.
She said, hey, Mike, and she's a Patreonus, so she actually watches the full video. But here we go.
Thanks, Bella.
Hey, Mike, great ep of HPATB this week, as always.
Oh.
This is her editorializing it. She says, loving the Master/Emperor Palpatine parallels.
Wow.
So she's seeing the Master as a Palpatine figure in the shadows,
Okay.
which we did kind of, Phantom Farter, Phantom Menace. In the Phantom Menace, Darth Maul is the big figure, but behind him is Palpatine working in the background, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So fair enough. But then she says, random question. I watched the episodes with my sister. Side note on that, would really love to get your sister as a separate paying member.
No. That can,
No, I'm joking.
Like we'd split a coffee. Yeah.
You can password share. We're not Netflix. We're not going to switch you off.
No.
If you
I guess between them, we're getting a quarter of a coffee each.
Yeah, true.
From that, yeah.
But she says, I watched the episode with my sister, and you might remember, Sam, last week when we were doing the Patreon.
We are going to crack down on that.
My partner Claire was still here, and she had to wander into the frame to grab her phone off the couch behind us and wander out.
Okay.
I watched the episode with my sister, and she saw Claire's brief cameo in the episode and would love to know Claire's hair routine because she thought her hair looked amazing.
Oh my God. Have you told Claire at this?
Yeah.
Oh my
God. I said to Claire, hey, this message has come through.
Yeah.
And I got Claire to record a voice message for Bella, but I thought just in case anyone else was curious about my girlfriend's hair routine.
Hair care routine. Okay.
I'll play it out for you.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. So here we go. Hey, Bella, it's Mike, but I'm with Claire, so she's going to tell you the answer in voicemail form.
You don't know how happy that message has made me. I recently got a haircut, and so it got cut much shorter. But last year I got a Dyson Airwrap, right? And it never really worked for me when I had my hair long, but works much better now with shorter hair and with layers. So I think I had just finished drying my hair using that before I got was it my phone or something or my glasses were in the video. I used the curling barrel on the Dyson Airwrap, and I think that was pretty much it.
She bought it for herself 6 months ago as a treat. She was tossing up about it for ages, and I finally
2 years.
told her to get it.
Wow. Well,
aren't you glad
fantastic.
we know that?
That is amazing. I think that everyone really enjoyed that.
Claire's hair. New segment.
Oh my
Claire's
God.
hair.
Claire's hair. Claire's hair. Well, that is great because I did say Claire's hair looked lovely last week. And it's great to know other people.
So many people commented on her hair last week. It was like, wow, your hair looks amazing.
Is it
and
on the podcast or just
no,
just
in our real life, our
if
family.
All our comments are only about Claire's hair.
Well, I just think it's a test. The split second she appeared in the thing caused Bella to be like, oh my God, how did she do her hair?
So we might be missing a trick where we could get either Claire or anything in the background here.
Yeah.
Just to kind of.
Because
I guess if in this generation of this kind of TikTok generation, you're always wanting to watch something else while you're doing something else.
True.
So
we just get Claire with the Dyson Airwrap, non-sponsored? And she's just doing her hair in the background.
By the way, Dyson Air, we would take sponsored. If we got Dyson money, oh my God! If your hair care routine, if the tip is get a Dyson Airwrap, that's pretty nice.
Well, I think the thing is, we might have just because of this, we might sell a Dyson Airwrap. If Bella's sister goes, I'm going to pick up one because it sounds good, then we should get a cut of that for being the reference.
Oh, I was going to say we don't. I was going to say we don't really need a Dyson Airwrap. I don't think either of our hair is long enough.
No, but the problem with Claire being in the background doing it is it's quite loud. The Airwrap is quite loud.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So it probably wouldn't work for a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We can workshop it.
Now that just speaking of things that are or aren't sponsoring us. Now I'm still drinking our coffee.
Yes.
I'm just going to mention them again.
Yeah, Drip Coffee.
Drip Roast Coffee.
Yeah.
They are our coffee sponsor. Well, they gifted us some coffee, and it's my friend's coffee company. DripRoastCoffee.com.au.
What has the show become?
Oh my God! And they have lots of different grinds. They've got Equinox or Solstice.
Ooh.
I'm drinking Equinox, I believe.
Okay, very good. Equinox sounds very Harry Potter.
There'd
be like a centaur that's called Equinox or something.
Equinox, what have you done?
Ooh, Equinox. The stars are bright tonight.
Yes, do me under the stars, Solstice. I mean, you just imagine that. Now, with centaurs, we've discussed this. Where are their genitals?
Yeah, I think we have discussed it. Is it at the front legs, where a humans would feasibly be, or is it in the hind legs?
Yeah,
because you'd assume the bum has to be in the hind.
Yeah.
And in most animals, the bum and the genitalia are quite linked. Like they're close together.
Yeah, true.
I don't think there's an animal who, well, maybe an elephant just by sheer size, the bum is far away from the penis.
Well, yeah, or like a whale.
Or a whale. Well, do whales have bums? Isn't that the spout thing? Is that their bum?
No, that's not their bum.
So do whales have bums?
Yeah.
Like, do fish have bums?
Yeah.
Do they?
I'm saying it because I'm saying it, but not confidently. But yes, they do.
Well, no, but I think they'd have to have some apparatus to remove waste, but I don't know if I'd actually call it a bum. That's the thing.
It's just like a butt gill.
Yeah, it's just a butt gill.
Hey, and you know how you get one of those? Bit of gillyweed.
A bit of gillyweed, weed that gives you gills.
Anything else from this week that has popped up? I went to Thunderbolts last night.
What'd you think of Thunderbolts?
Yeah, pretty good.
I really liked it.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, it's been out long enough that we can do spoilers, but at the end when because the Thunderbolts marketing has the asterisk, right? It's Thunderbolts asterisk.
Oh,
Did you notice that?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, then they did a photo shoot. Then they were all an asterisk.
No, wait, what?
Oh, that's what the characters
No,
did.
but then at the end, the asterisk pops up and it goes, the new Avengers. And then they've changed the posters in the US. They've ripped off Thunderbolts and just put the new Avengers.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like a marketing gimmick? Or?
Yeah. And then in a marketing move that I really loved from Disney, so now that Thunderbolts has kind of been out for 3 weeks, then Disney's next release is the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie.
Okay.
Now they've just got Stitch ripping through the poster of the new Avengers, and it's Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Good marketing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of levels to that.
Yeah.
Whereas
I like it.
Even I saw the movie and I was like, what are you talking about? I literally just saw it.
Yeah, maybe I just read too much into this stuff.
No, it was good. Florence Pugh, she's great.
How fantastic is she?
Yeah.
She'd be okay. Let's cast her in the Harry Potter TV series.
Oh, well, really easy one would be Tonks. But you want more from her.
I'm going to be really honest. Tonks is probably my least favorite character in Harry Potter.
Wow.
I think when she was
like Voldemort. You're like, I love Voldemort.
Not in terms of like good and bad.
No.
Just in terms of like, I've always been like, who the fuck are you, Tonks?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, but
she's just annoying. And in the audiobooks, she's read with like an Irish or Scottish accent, and I don't like it.
Well, that's Stephen Fry.
Yeah, I know. I don't like
Fry.
how Stephen Fry chose to editorialize her like that. But yeah.
I like that there's a different flavor of character because you can't have everyone going, oh, Harry, you're so good.
Yeah, but why does Tonks have to be like, hey, Harry, how are you?
It sounds like a character from Thomas the Tank Engine.
Sounds like Ringo Starr.
Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, Harry's gone off the tracks. What are we gonna do?
And what about this for Florence Pugh? Ready? Narcissa Malfoy.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'm just thinking because of the blonde hair though.
Yeah, but like I feel like Narcissa's even like a less.
No, I like Narcissa.
Yeah,
She's got that great moment where she saves Harry at the end. Like,
yeah, you know what? Actually, Florence Pugh, Draco Malfoy. That I would watch.
Have you ever noticed there's often this trope in like fiction where you're right.
I was wondering if I was more in the dark than you.
The camera's really dark. I can't get the camera right. Maybe I can open the blinds. I'm just going to open the blinds to the podcast studio. Bit of ASMR here.
Wow.
And the Lord said,
oh, yeah?
Let there be light. So in like a lot of fiction, there's like a kid, right? So like say like Malfoy, for instance. And then often like the parent characters are created after the kid. So they kind of retroactively make the parents look like a kid.
Yeah, one's half and one's half. Yeah.
And then you get so that's when you get characters like Milhouse in The Simpsons, whose parents just look identical.
Yeah.
But it actually wouldn't be like that in real life.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Pretty crazy. But anyway, it's the Milhouse phenomenon.
Yeah. I say to Mel,
copyright.
I just always say, oh, everything's coming up Melhouse.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
Yeah. But Melhouse.
Oh, Melhouse.
So I
That's
say it's
so
Mel.
good.
When something good happens to her, I say
everything's coming up Melhouse. Yeah. Or if like something good happened to your house, you could be like, everything's coming up Mel's house.
Yeah, could do that. Yeah.
Well, should we do the fanfic?
So that's it. 20 years. So long. Good luck.
I don't recall saying good luck.
Oh.
That's my favorite episode of The Simpsons.
I sleep in a giant race car bed. Do you?
I sleep in a bed with my wife. Oh. All right. So we pick up after last week where the boys went scuba diving with Harry and Mr. Charger. And
what a funny book.
Towards the end of the chapter, they were the Phantom Farter struck once more at Hogwarts. Yeah. And suddenly the green gas of the Phantom Farter stopped and a cloaked figure was standing on the roof of the castle.
That's right. Wow.
Sam, we pick up with chapter 27 on the new iPad mini. Not sponsored, but before we read the title of the chapter, let's go to a quick word from our sponsors now. Today's podcast is brought to you by D Dementor. Ever feel like a Dementor's sucking the joy right out of your day, but you just can't muster a Patronus?
Yeah, that happy memory thing. Sometimes it's just not enough.
That's where D Dementor comes in. The breakthrough product that banishes Dementors even if you're not quite happy enough to conjure a Patronus.
So no more struggling to summon that silvery guardian animal?
Exactly. D Dementor creates a protective shield that keeps those soul-sucking creatures at bay. No magic wand or happy thought required.
Sounds like a lifesaver for anyone facing those gloomy moments when hope feels out of reach.
It's like having a Patronus in a bottle. Instant defense against despair anytime you need it.
D Dementor, because sometimes you just need a little extra magic to keep the darkness away.
Stay protected, stay positive, D Dementor.
Expecto no more. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thanks to our sponsors. Sam, we usually start by reading the title of the chapter, which this week, Sam, what are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at, well, that was a great sponsor read. It was a good ad read and it was very smooth. And
I know.
Yeah, it reminds me of how they do it on that project you used to work on.
Yes. Cool. Chapter 27, Sam. Let's see what this wacky book will do for us next.
Okay, and here we go. And I'm sure you're not going to rip off any other media, even in the title. Okay. Chapter 27, The Phantom Fallout. It's Fallout, but with a PH.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
it is The Phantom Fallout, Phallout, and then it clarifies, if you didn't understand what it was doing, clarifies it.
Fallout with an F, but then it says Fallout with it, but with the PH. And that is a reference to, that is definitely a reference to, is it Summer Heights High? No, it's We Can Be Heroes.
Yeah, Ricky Wong.
I say physics is fun, but with a PH because it's physics.
That is funny.
You didn't realize you ripped it off.
No. We Can Be Heroes, the first Chris Lilly show with Ricky Wong, the University of Melbourne physics student. And the other one I love from him, because his name is Ricky Wong, it's like if I ever see someone come into my lab and they're not supposed to be there, I say, "Hey, you in the Wong lab?"
And we all laugh.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And
can I shout out?
Okay. Chris
Lilly is doing a Mr. G podcast at the moment.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Mr. G is like in my opinion, the greatest Australian character ever. I love Mr. G.
Flamboyant drama teacher.
Yeah, and the podcast is so good.
Oh, really?
The first episode I was like, I'm not sure, but then I've listened to everyone since, and it's better than this podcast.
Oh, wow.
It's really funny.
Oh, I've been listening.
We could only dream of doing a podcast as funny as that podcast. Our podcast sucks in comparison.
Turn this podcast off and no, please don't.
Delete this podcast.
Don't.
Hack into our account and physically delete the episodes from the internet.
Yeah. I've been listening to The Boy in the Gold Mine.
Oh,
that's not funny.
That's not funny.
Wow.
It's better than this podcast.
But I heard you pop up at the end.
Yeah, did a little tag.
This is a podcast mic production.
Yeah.
But you have to keep. But it's funny because it's a pretty serious podcast. You have to keep the read pretty solemn as well. You can't be.
Hey guys,
and we'll find out next week if talk to that witness and find out what they saw about the disappearance
and why they were ignored.
And then you got, hey guys, podcast Mike here. If you want a podcast production, come wacky podcast Mike.
Actually, funnily enough,
so you have to be like. And this podcast was produced by Podcast Mike Productions. And if you'd like to,
if you're really interested in making your own podcast, get in touch.
Then I can help you with that and get in touch.
But that's actually funny because Claire's older sister Amy, who we were talking about on the Patreon, she was listening to it and she was saying to me the other night when we caught up with her, she's like, "Oh, so like you're obviously not on air, so you just do all the like the sound effects, like the ding 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 ding. And I was like, well, it's a true crime pod, so there's not much of that.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah. Just very radio heavy, like and they found the boy's shoe in the gold mine. $50 giveaway.
It would, it would help if, like, witnesses say that the suspect farted as they drove away. Well, we need to get them into a lineup. Was it to sound like this, or to sound like more like?
No, we really shouldn't be no. I'm really proud of that project.
Sorry, and it's actually, and I've listened to every episode.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you so much.
Really gripping.
All right, well, let's read the Phantom Fallout.
So,
Fallout with a PH.
I thought we were just going to read the title and go on a tangent for 25 minutes.
No, we don't do that.
No.
All right, here we go.
Phantom Fallout with a PH. When Harry finally parked the Batmobile back at Hogwarts, Madame Pomfrey was already treating students all over the school.
So I guess we assume again, like when the Phantom Farter strikes, like a green gas fills the air and students like pass out.
Okay.
And from what I think I've gathered, it's like Voldemort is, or they're using that to like absorb fart power from the students to bring back to Voldemort or something.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know.
Just say it with enough confidence. Yeah. In fact, she was in such high demand that Professor Flitwick Jr. had performed a short-term cloning charge to create...
Charge?
Yeah, it says charge.
Maybe it's supposed to be charm.
Oh, yeah, that's probably charm. To create 3 Pomfrey clones. Madame Pomphone, Madame Pomph 2, Madame Pomph 1.
The chapter in Deathly Hallows, the 7 Potters, the 3 Pomfreys.
Oh, that's it. So, sorry. So it's Madame Pomph 1... Madame Pomph 2 and Madame Pomph 3. Oh, so the last one actually sounds like it.
Sounds very similar to Madame Pomph.
Madame Pomph 3.
So, Madame Pomfrey, you over there. Madame Pomph 3, you over there. Wait, did you say Pomfrey or Pomph 3?
Oh, sorry. And it also said, after there was some confusion between Pomfrey and Pomph 3, they changed Madame Pomph 3's name to Madame Mango. And that does help.
Fun. That is
help.
fun, yeah.
This is a tangent. Are you ready for a tangent already?
Yeah. Is it mango related?
No, it's actually, no, but it's name... Mel and I, we were doing a quiz the other day, yesterday. We had a bit of confusion where the question was, who was Australia's shortest serving prime minister? And I'm like, and Mel was like, oh, John Howard. I was like,
John Howard.
John Howard. No, he was long. She's like, long.
He's 3 terms.
No, she goes, long? He's like 5 foot. I'm like, no, sorry.
Oh yeah, okay.
Short, because I was reading it, so I've seen the hyphen of shortest serving.
Yes.
Mel thought we were talking about shortest serving prime minister. And I was like, yeah, John Howard was pretty small. But then she was in confusion why I said long. She's like, what are you talking
But in
about?
that sense, like
Shortest
in a
serving.
quiz, you wouldn't assume you were saying height. Because if it was shortest prime minister, you wouldn't have the serving. You just say shortest prime minister.
But isn't that? I think it's still yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny.
But we both were confused about the other person's answers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that is
Howard.
really funny.
No, he was long. She's like long.
He's like 5 foot.
Yeah. And and why would you describe him as long? You say tall.
Can I ask, how did Mango remind you of that?
No, sorry, the confusion of Pomp 1, Pomp 3.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
And I said Pomphone when it was Pomp 1.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how that reminded me of that actually, but it was just something funny.
This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's a good song.
There's something else that's been stuck in my head, but I'm not sure if I just tell you
what is it?
On.
What is it?
I did see it on Gruen, but
okay. Shout out, because Gruen, I know I worked for Will Anderson for 5 years. Gruen is the best show on Australian TV.
Wow, I
think it's so good.
I try not to take personal offense to that.
You work on two
other shows.
One of which do either of them directly compete with Gruen? Probably not.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, there's no competition.
But Gruen Nation was amazing. That's like the politics edition.
Well, I think that's what this is.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, there was a radio ad for One Nation,
and which is like the really hardcore right.
Yeah, so not something I'd associate with, but
no.
I've really enjoyed their radio jingle, which goes like this.
Let's hear it. We have the guts to say what you're thinking. Wow.
One nation, we got the guts to say what you're thinking.
It honestly sounds like a Bon Jovi anthem.
And honestly, I mean, if I'd heard that beforehand, I'd have voted for them.
Really? Would you?
No.
If you knew nothing about politics and you heard it, you'd be like, yeah, they got the guts. I'm thinking about let's keep doing this book. And they've got the guts to say it.
Yeah. Let's keep doing the book. So, Madam Mango. Okay. What I will just quickly say, so does that mean there's... Oh, yeah, so there's actually 4 then. Because there's Madame Pomfrey and the 3 clones.
Yeah.
So there's Madame Pomfrey, Madame Pomf 1, Madame Pomf 2, and Madame Mango.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not confusing. The Madame Pomfreys were treated...
Also, we've never seen I think it said a short-term cloning charm or cloning charge.
That must be what reminded me of it. Short-term, short-serving.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, a short-term cloning...
So I guess there's a cloning charm, you know?
Yeah.
We got to do chores today. Let's just do a short-term cloning charm. Make 5 of me. You do the bathroom. You do the toilet.
Yeah, wow.
I guess which is in the bathroom.
Jeez, they obviously didn't clone an extra brain, did they?
I just thought of the 2 things Claire makes me do that I hate doing, but she does everything else, so I'll pick my battles.
You realise you've just got one, and your 2 jobs is actually 1 job. You've just realised. You've got 2 jobs, and actually it's 1 job.
Madame Pomf 1, Madame Pomf 2.
You okay there, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, I'll continue. The Madame Pomfreys were treated students who had been affected by the latest attack by the Phantom Farter.
Wow.
We're treating students.
Yeah.
Harry stood up in front of a large crowd of teachers and students where Crocomite, Fuckster, Buckety Duckety Dock, and Mr. Charger stood behind him.
Wow.
Lockie, this looks tough. Where's your dad? He's usually here to protect us, Michael said. I don't know. And he's not on the map, Lockie said, opening the Marauders map and not able to see any sign of Blade in his office, the DADF classroom, or anywhere really.
Could be in Hogsmeade.
Could be in Hogsmeade, but I say in a previous chapter that
Blade's up to no good.
And I thought that the Blade could be a bit of a Barty Crouch Jr. He's not really Blade.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Okay. All right, kids. This is everybody's last warning. Whoever this Phantom Fighter is, I'm telling you, knock it off. Okay?
That'll show him.
Knock it off. It's gone too far. Safety is the number one concern. Safety is the number one concern at safety. And Hogwarts will not be compromised. I mean, safety is the number one concern at Hogwarts, and safety won't be compromised. Hey, stop talking while I'm talking. Harry threw a killing curse as a warning shot to 2 of the Dingut students who were talking.
So I had a theory last week that your theory is wrong, and Harry is actually in cahoots with the dark side.
Yeah,
but he has been doing this behavior the whole time we've done this podcast.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Knock it off, okay? That's got to, yeah. I'm just going to read that line again. Safety is the number one concern at safety, and Hogwarts will not be compromised. I mean, safety is the number one concern at Hogwarts, and safety won't be compromised.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So Harry threw a killing curse as a warning shot to 2 of the Dingut students who were talking. Let that be a warning to you all. The next person who decides to be the Phantom Fighter will absolutely be punished.
The next person who decides.
The next person who decides to be the Phantom Fighter will absolutely be punished.
No, it reminds me of when Sideshow Bob's sending the threatening messages to Bart, and Lisa's like, who would be sending this? Who hates you, Bart? And then they cut to they've called Mo, and Lisa's like, Mo, we know it's you, so knock it off.
Oh yeah,
just like whoever's the Phantom Fighter, knock it off.
And isn't he like, the jig's up? This is when he gets the pandas out.
The jig's up.
The jig's up.
Okay.
Ha! A loud but quiet voice sounded from the roof of the school. A loud but quiet voice.
Huh.
But somehow it echoes through the whole room.
Yeah.
A cloaked body floated down towards the ground. A meaningless effort.
Oh, I love that read.
And who might you be? Harry asked the figure, holding his wand out in fear. Oh, and who might you be? I don't know. The cloaked figure raised its hand toward Harry and, without a wand, forced Harry's wand hand to twist and break.
Oh
my God.
We got some some Star Wars level powers here.
Yeah.
He's using the Force.
Sorry, is his hand breaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Crocomite Dundee stood forward with his own wand, which was Yowie fur, eucalyptus branch, 8 inches.
Oh, yeah, because that really feels like, because like all the ones are like, oh, unicorn hair.
Yeah.
Oak tree, 12 inches. This feels like a way to throw some Australian related things in.
Yowie fur. Yowie fur. Eucalyptus branch, 8 inches.
Yeah, that's pretty
And Yowie, I forgot, because Yowie, I just loved Yowies as the chocolate.
Yeah, so the Yowie is like the Australian mythological version of like Bigfoot or the Yeti. But then there was, growing up in Australia, I don't think they still exist, they might, but there was like a little chocolate.
It's like a Kinder Surprise, but in the shape of like a little bear-y thing.
Yeah, and then there's a toy inside.
Oh,
like,
so good.
they were good. I've got a box at Mum and Dad's full of old Yowie toys.
Oh, yeah, I just want the Yowie. Oh, man.
The chocolate was good.
Just so good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's
also what I'd say when I hurt my knee. Yowie!
Yowie!
Now look, mate. What are you? Some kind of Anakin Skywalker force powers? Obi-Wan Kenobi? Crocomite said.
Some kind of
Anakin Anakin Skywalker, yeah. You with your TikToks and
your face tubes,
yeah,
face gov.
That's right. The boys looked around. Fuckster Fungorius looked suspicious, as always. They watched him step forward.
Oh, I'm Fuckster.
Oh, yeah.
Now, whoever you are, there's no need for that kind of behavior.
The cloaked figure used wandless magic again, this time pushing Fuckster back harshly through the air, slamming him into a wall. The cloaked figure walked over to Fuckster, who now lay unconscious on the ground.
Oh.
The boys noticed something else. Fuckity Duckity Dock, who usually followed his father everywhere without fail, was still as a stone statue, paralyzed in fear.
But did they expect that he would like run at the pace at which
I know.
His dad was being thrust through?
I think I'd also be like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The cloaked figure placed their foot on Fux's face, like Voldemort does to Cedric in the book.
Ooh. Can I be the cloaked figure?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. And also Fuxters has 2 apostrophes for some unknown reason.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it was just ending a quote from like earlier in the book.
Maybe, yeah.
And this whole thing's been
a quote.
Yeah.
Foolish old man. You talk so much. No, I guess it's not. It's British, isn't it?
I don't know.
You talk so much and understand so little.
Are you the Phantom Farter?
And that's actually the way that's written is also kind of playing with the title convention of the chapter.
Yes.
Because it's like, I guess to capture the Phantom Farter, it's going F-F Phantom Farter with a PH. Just thought that was interesting.
It is. I don't think that was a nod. I think that was just a
coincidence.
I think that was you writing it thinking, well, I can't write PH dash, but you actually could.
You could. Yeah, you probably should as well.
Probably should.
But yeah.
Derek stood forward toward the cloaked figure bravely.
Good on you, Derek. Okay.
That's you.
Derek, look, listen, Mr. Furter. The thing is, Derek didn't mean to stand up to you. He's usually a big coward.
Dimmy said. And that's really great from Dimmy. He's trying to protect Derek in a way.
I do like that in a moment of... Yeah, he's not running away. He's like, Mr. Fatter, please listen to me. He wouldn't. He doesn't mean that.
Mr. Fatter, Phantom. Can I call you that? Fanny.
Can I call you the Phantom? Yeah. Okay, no, Mr. Fatter. That's Fan.
He's usually become. Great.
Silence.
The cloaked figure said, making a zipping motion in the air, which magically removed Dimmy's mouth entirely.
Wow.
Dimmy looked like he was screaming, but no sound came out. So
now you would like that to be for the rest of the book.
Yes, ideally. I'm like, I'm actually on the Phantom Farter side now, I gotta say.
Yeah.
If that's him. Or the master or whoever. I'm on their side. This I'm not sure now, I'm not sure if this had come out yet or not, but
yeah.
The first instance of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool in one of the Wolverine movies.
In X-Men Origins. Yeah.
Wolverine, was when before you saw him in his suit, you see him with his mouth sewn shut or disappeared.
Yes.
And I wonder if that was around this time or if you maybe came up with it first.
I doubt it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I am not the Phantom Farter.
No, doesn't say that.
No, sorry. We assuming this is the master, right? Yeah. So we know that, but they don't. Okay. And yes, you're right. It does not say that. I am not the Phantom Farmer.
The Phantom Farmer.
So he could be the Phantom Farmer.
Yeah. Is there another Phantom Farmer? Like people are like walking around the grounds going, "Whoa, hey, there's a whole bunch of tomatoes here." Cool. Wow.
There's a lot of wheat here. Someone's growing wheat.
Hey, someone's turned the hedge maze into a maze. Maze is another name for corn. So that's shit.
You've closed.
Well, I was going to turn the brightness up, but maybe we don't.
Do you need to? Okay.
I guess we don't.
The Phantom Fighter is amongst you, working for me.
The figure said. Its stance was menacing and bold, its face completely covered by the darkness of its hood. Now, I'm loving this. I'm loving the read. I'm just going to point out, because I'm sure a listener or two are probably thinking, it's funny that Mike said he wasn't going to do American, but he is doing American.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, sorry.
Well, this character, like the way the character is described, right, with the cloak, the hooded cloak, there is a game series that I loved as a kid called Kingdom Hearts. I remember I was playing it once.
Yeah.
And in Kingdom Hearts, there's this group of characters called the Organization 13, and they're 13 people, and they wear these black trench coats with hoods, and you can't see their faces.
And so it's exactly that.
And the lead,
so it's exactly that.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And the leader is a guy called Xemnas, who is, I'm channeling that. Anyone who's played the game, and I'll be honest, it's not the first time that Kingdom Hearts related stuff has popped up in this book series.
Wow. Have you mentioned? And you haven't mentioned it every time?
Well, Mitch, who is a Discord member and fan of the show, he plays it as he's played Kingdom Hearts as well, and he always in the Discord goes, "Oh, this is very Kingdom Hearts related."
I think put that on the wiki.
Put that in the wiki. The article should be called "Parallels Between the Harry Potter and the Boys franchise and the Kingdom Hearts series."
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's the article. Do it today.
That'd be great. Thanks, Mitch. No, thanks anyone. Anyone can do that.
If you want to look up what the master looks like in my mind, just type in Organization 13 into Google.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, the last thing you've just said is working for me, and then whatever, blah, blah, blah. The next line is, and me, Mr. Charger said, grinning. The figure physically slapped Mr. Charger across the face.
How dare you interrupt me?
Everybody was afraid now and trembling.
And I guess, like, Mr. Charger, we've always kind of known this, but he's not the head honcho. You know, he's not the head honcho. No. You may call me the master. He's back.
He doesn't say it a gasp, but we did
gasp.
instinctively.
Yeah, that's a natural gasp.
Lockie instinctively checked the map again.
Just check it, not checked.
Yep, that's like an instruction. He saw many names crowded in the outside area around the castle. He saw the name Fuxter Fungorius against the wall that the master pushed him into. He also saw Rubius Hagrid and Olymp Maxine in Hagrid's hut. The name, is that her name?
Yeah, her name's Olymp.
Oh. Or Olymp, yeah. The name Rubius Hagrid was moving very slowly forward, then backward, then forward, then backward, somewhat overlapping Madame Maxime with each forward motion.
So
he wondered what that was about.
Hagrid and Madame Maxine are in the hut.
Yes,
it appears that they're having slow but passionate sex.
Yes, that's right.
Which is good for them.
Yeah. So good on him. Good on him. I didn't even know she was there.
I guess she is.
Hang on. Because it's not like where's she come from?
From Paris.
Why?
Because she has a fling with Hagrid.
Yeah,
so she has regular sexual appointments with him.
We're thinking, because Beauxbatons isn't here.
But Madame Maxime is dating Hagrid, I think.
Oh, okay. They're just
they have some kind of relationship, and sometimes she comes for a fuck.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Okay, well, not with Madame Maxime. One can only dream. Okay. He wondered what that was about. I decided to put it in the back of his brain. Many were overlapping each other, so the names couldn't be seen. But the master was very separate from everyone else. The thing was, there wasn't a name for the master.
Ooh.
There was something, though.
Ooh. Sam's hiding.
I'm hiding.
iPad, so I can't see it.
It appeared as though the map couldn't make sense of what it was seeing. Oh, that's not as exciting then.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was going to be someone's name.
Who?
Well, I don't know.
Well, Okay, well, I was going to say, it is curious that the chapter was like, oh, Blade wasn't on the map.
Yes, but that's what I thought was maybe going to happen. But it appeared as though the map couldn't make sense of what it was seeing. And so it said, and this is in italics, error, missing name, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, exclamation, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation.
Yeah. So it says missing name.
Yeah.
Which feels
error, missing, like error code.
Now, if you're a 90s nerd like me, you may remember in the original Pokemon games, there was a glitch that you could do, and it would trigger a glitch, and you'd find a Pokemon that didn't exist, and it was called Missing No, as in missing number. That feels like a reference to that. So Missing No was like a glitch Pokemon that just looked like Scribble because it wasn't in the game. So the game doesn't know what to do, and the game just says Missing No.
And then what could you use it?
You could catch it, and it would just like glitch your game if you caught it, because the game's like, what is happening?
And sorry, then what do you mean if you glitch the game?
Like you suddenly everything would be weird in your game. Like you just yeah.
So was it annoying then?
Yeah, you weren't supposed to catch it. You were never supposed to find it. It's a glitch.
Okay.
That people just discovered. Yeah.
Oh, it was like a glitch, then you get it, and then like it's the most powerful thing.
No.
Okay.
I don't think you can even use it because but it's just the missing name kind of.
Okay,
vibe.
so missing name.
So if you want to see that, look up Missing No on Google.
But I think you probably have to put a little bit more context there.
No, I don't think you would. I'm going to do it. I want to show you what Missing No looks like.
Oh, is it Missing No? That's all you're going to write?
Yeah, it'll come up.
I think it'll come up with like your podcast.
Why?
Missing boy in the gold mine.
Missing No. Yeah, Missing No.
Wow.
Video game character. So it's just like a glitch.
Yeah.
Wild Missing No appeared. And that's it.
Like a blurry screen from the 90s or a blurry QR code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you showed me.
Gotcha. All right.
Missing name. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Go on. Go about your meaningless lives. Go about this nothingness. Soon Voldemort will return, and with him I will rule the world. The blood traders will die. There is only power, and those too weak to seek it.
The master said confidently, raising his hands and reaching for the hood.
And that's a line from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. There's only power. There's no good or bad. There's only power in those too weak to seek it, which Voldemort said.
What I'm still liking about this, that is funny, is that again, now we're seeing the mask, but again, it's like, just be like, and Voldemort, he's coming soon.
Yeah.
So
the ultimate
keep living.
Keep living until he comes back.
Yep. So I kind of thought the mask was more powerful than Voldemort, but it seems.
Well, it's interesting because he says I will rule the world with Voldemort.
So that is very Palpatine and
Vader. True.
He loosened the pull around the tightly fit hood and revealed something that nobody expected.
Oh wow!
It was bizarre. It was a bizarre sight to behold, particularly for Lockie Lockhart and Gemini Jones, who stood right next to each other. You see, the master's face was like looking into a disturbing mirror for them. The master looked like Lockie and Gemini if they were 20 years older than they were now.
Oh.
But there was no denying the facial features belonged to the long-lost twins.
Wow.
What?
Wow. So he looks like Lockie and Gemini. And wasn't there the thing of like, they needed the twins to something like that, and Voldemort was living in the full darkness of Gemini and it came out and maybe they've put it into the master. Something like that.
Yeah.
You remember that, don't you?
I do, but I'm really trying to figure out what's happening. Okay.
Well, what's happening is he looks like Lockie and Gemini aged 30.
Okay.
Which would be weird.
Yeah. That being said, there was disturbing greeny paleness to the face with a nose that was almost flat and snake-like. There were also disturbing scars around his neck, and his mouth was dry and crooked.
Bit Frankenstein-y.
Yeah, but also... So they're like, oh, wow, he looks exactly like us. Except he hasn't really got a nose and his mouth is crooked. So
yeah, true. Now, I think at the end of book 3, there was a chapter that was called, I think it was just called The Master. and it was the last chapter, and the master came in and said to Mr. Charger, I've been to see him. Yes. He looks just like them.
Oh.
And I wonder if it's like they need the twin power. So Voldemort looks like Gemini or Loki, and the master looks like Gemini. Maybe that's what he was referring to.
Okay.
And the other thing is that when we originally met the master in this book, it was directly after the end of Deathly Hallows, and they were at Snape's funeral, and the master was wandering around there, but he didn't have a face. Oh, yeah. Whereas now he has a face.
Yes.
Make now of that what you
face.
Will.
Okay.
Still, yeah. Okay.
Okay. He continues.
Do your Magolympics. Do your ball. Do whatever you like. It won't make any difference.
Yeah. So the master said. Yeah. Again, just being like, continue the book with all your little other chapters, and I'll see you in a bit.
The book is pointless.
Yeah. He pulled up Mr. Charger, who was still crouching down, reeling in pain from the slap in the face.
And you will find that in this castle...
He turned and looked directly at Lockie and Gemini, and when doing so, they both felt a surge of electricity racing through their bodies.
And I think in book 2, didn't they... Wasn't there all that stuff about the electric and then...
Yes, and something.
Even those closest to you might not be what you think.
A dark wave of greenish fart waft shot out of the master, and when it passed... He and Mr. Charger were gone. Wow. Harry began, well, that was totally wicked. Why can't every day around here be like that? You know? Oh, like who was that guy? More of that. That's fun and unexpected and a little twist. Anyway, get to work, guys. Second task is tomorrow.
Just like, anyway, I don't know what that was all about. It was awesome.
Lots to talk about. I mean, wow.
That's in The Incredibles, you know, when Mr. Incredible picks up his car in anger and the kid's like, that was totally
wicked. It's almost like, it's like Harry's doing an assembly and, you know, someone, and then like the cast of the musical comes up and does it, and it's actually really good. Like, wow.
Amazing. I didn't know you guys could sing like that.
Well, that's why you guys were doing rehearsals all this time? Oh my God. Well, that's just blown me away.
Wow. Wow.
So when is it? Wednesday to Friday. Guys, you've got to make sure you go.
Get tickets, guys. Amazing.
Yeah. I'll be going, but wow. You've got to go. They worked really hard. Anyway, get to work, guys. The second task is tomorrow. That's so funny. The boys,
but like the idea that he's even pondering doing the second task after all this, like, all right, guys, see you tomorrow. Second task, that'll be fun. I guess that'll be fun.
Well, he just said to keep. I mean, it seems like there's nothing we can do about it. It sounds.
What? I told him to knock it off.
Yeah.
I told him to knock it off. One thing we do know: the Master is not the Phantom Farter.
Yes.
And Mr. Charger is not the Phantom Farter.
But then the Master can still use fart.
He still can use the dark fart.
The dark fart. Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. The boys looked over at the crowd dispersing. Buckety Duckety Dock was left standing there on the spot, seemingly unaware of how to handle Fuckster's unconsciousness. Buckety, are you okay? Tom asked, waving his head over his face. Oh, yeah, like, you okay?
You all right?
Buckety turned his head toward his father, laying on the ground, and looked up at the boys, smiling happily and gleefully. I think that's you.
Okay, just read. Never better.
Sorry, I need to. He said, mimicking Hermione from the first Harry Potter movie at the end. And the boys all laughed.
Okay, so...
He goes, never better. I go,
but also, that's the first time
never better.
Fuckety Duckety Dock has spoken not in yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, it sounds like he doesn't know what to say, so he's just going, never better.
Never better.
And the boy's like, oh, from the movie.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the chapter.
Yeah, wow. That was a good chapter.
Yeah, really good chappy.
Okay.
Well, we got the Master. Wow. We got it all.
Master. No gobby.
No gobby.
No blade, no gobby.
Well, that's good.
That's gobby.
Yeah.
Well, great episode, Sam.
Yes.
Thank you for being
Mike.
here. Sydney Comedy Festival on the weekend.
Yes,
last
which will be
weekend,
over. So
that was fun.
Maybe before this goes out, maybe chuck a message in the Discord.
Yes, I'll chuck a message in the Discord. Someone did actually message. I think they commented on Spotify and said, "Are you filming your show?" Did you want to address that?
Well, I have filmed it slightly. I filmed it on a phone.
Yeah.
From Melbourne.
I think people, like, some people just obviously aren't from Sydney or Melbourne, so they can't see it. But
so I won't be refilming the Sydney one at this stage.
But
I have got footage from this year's one, and I've got footage from last year's show, which is being clipped up by producer Pat.
Yeah.
Employed his services.
Yeah.
And so there'll be some videos. I'll hopefully put more videos out this year.
Yeah. Of your stand-up.
Of my stand-up.
Yeah, so there will be clips. Check out Sam's Insta at Sam Garlett with 2 Ps.
That's right.
And Sam, speaking of 2 Ps, I've got to go.
Hey! I'm going to do a pee-pee.
Yeah, goodbye, amores.
Small pee-pee, pee-pee small. Small pee-pee.
Everybody.
Pee-pee small.
You'll get this if you've been to Sam's show once.
Yeah.
See ya.